Welcome back to my channel, Mel Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, your close to my heart maker. And for today's layout, I wanted to go masculine since we are approaching June and Father's Day. And I have the papers from the Hey Handsome kit here. And I also have the Stampin' Thin Cuts from the Hey Handsome card making workshop. And I also have the sticker sheet from the Hey Handsome collection as well. And you see I've already pulled off one of the stickers, the one that says like father like son, and that's pretty much the inspiration for my layout today, because I thought back and I was looking through some of my pictures, and I had this picture of my husband and my son taken, I'll have to look it up, but maybe about 5 years ago. And I have some other pictures with the two of them together, and I thought this would be a great collection to document those pictures of the two of them together. Now I know, or as I understand it, the Hey Handsome paper pack and sticker sheet are sold out, but of course you can use, as with anything that I do, you could use any of your pattern papers that you have with the layouts that I do. But I also thought maybe I'll bring in the digital art collection as well, maybe to do some of the embellishment clusters. I don't know, we'll see. I really like these little glasses from the Stampin' Thin Cuts, and of course, as you can see, my guys wear glasses, so that would be perfect. So anyway, I am going to clear this up, and then I will be right back to get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's bring in the Versamat to work on today. And also, for my base page today, I'm going to be using a piece of the mink colored cardstock on the true side, on the dark side. So I'm using that as my base. Now, for my pictures and my layout, what I'm thinking is, I've got this one, it's a 4x6, and I've mounted these, I did mount all of them on black cardstock. And they're in all different sizes, and they're from excuse me, 3 separate days. But that's okay if everything's from a different day, because the story of this layout would be the bond between my husband and my son. So I'm thinking, and then this sticker, I've got this on some wax paper so that I could play with it and put it where I want it. I'm thinking it's going to go up like that. And I'm thinking it needs something to kind of ground all those pictures together. So what I did was I cut out this square. If you turn it this way, it'll be a diamond. And that's from the Digital Art collection from the Hey Handsome scrapbook page. And I just used that background piece there and enlarged it a little bit to fit. And then when I bring my pictures back in and place them in about the location that I want them to be, I think that diamond shape gives it kind of a nice grounding. So then I thought, well, okay, down here in the corners it's going to need something. We've got our sticker here. We'll build a couple more embellishments there, probably some over here, some journaling here. But then I saw these birch trees in this picture here. Can you see that? See those birch trees? I guess those are called birch trees. I saw those, and it reminded me of this stencil I have from the core catalog, from the stencil pack, and it's got these birch trees on it. So I thought maybe if I tried to do some of those birch trees down here along the bottom, that would fill up that space at the bottom. So I'm going to try that. I've got the stencil all prepared. I've got it taped down to my all-purpose mat here. So I did remove my Versamat out of the way. So now I'm going to work on this first layer down here, and I'm starting with the weathered wood distressed oxide in a large blending brush, and I'm just going to pick up the ink on a circular motion and repeat that circular motion across my stencil to get that inked up in the weathered gray. Now I've done that first layer, then I'm going to pick this up, the stencil and move it to where I want the next layer to go and tape it down. But I want to make sure this time I get some tape over on the edge over here so I don't go off and get that harsh line from the stencil onto my paper. And then I'll just repeat the same process again with the ink and the blending. And just keep going across the page then until I get that all done. So I'm going to finish that off camera and then I will be back. The first layer is done of the trees. The second layer is to put like that peeling bark layer on top of it. So I've got that and I'm lining that up as best I can on my paper, and then I will tape that down so it doesn't move down here down below. And to do that bark, I'm just going to take some regular ink this time, just because I didn't have a Distress Oxide in this dark color. But same principle. I'm going in a circular motion. I'm using a smaller tip brush, and I am pressing a little bit harder just because those these little bark pieces, they're pretty small, so I'm pressing a little bit harder to make sure it goes through. And let me pick up some more ink. And one more, and then I'll show you the final product. Let's make sure I get it in the middle there. Okay, so let's lift that up and see what that looks like. And there you have it. Okay, and then I am going to go ahead and place it on the next one and move across the bottom of the page. And I will continue that, like I said, off camera, and then I'll be back. Got the last one finished here, so let's lift that up so you can see what that looks like. And I really like how that came out. I have a smudge mark there, but that's going to get covered up. I do want to mention, before you put your stencil away, make sure you take your microfiber cloth and wash it off. Then that way you won't smudge it or smear it on anything else for the next use. Okay. So I'll put that away and let's bring the layout back. Now I've brought my stencil background piece back in with my Versamat. So let's take that diamond shape that we cut out of the pattern paper and put that there. And I like how that's filling up that space down there. Let's remember we had our photo, our main photo here, and then the other photos kind of placed around here like so. All right. And I'll fiddle with these more as I go to put them down permanently, but I'm just dry fitting them right now. And yeah, I do like how that kind of brings a little something down to the bottom of the page there. All right, so I've got my photos pretty much exactly where I wanted them. So I took my press and seal and I sealed down the photos because I didn't want to fiddle with them anymore. So I'm going to lift those off now, because what I decided was to do a couple of other things here. The Hey Handsome kit came with this piece of papaya that I really like the words on here. Dapper, brilliant, chivalrous, gallant, accomplished, sharp, and on, thoughtful, wise. I really liked all those words, and I thought they really described my son and his father. So I really wanted to bring this in. So I thought I would get a strip and put it underneath that diamond shape. And if I bring my photos back in and place them down just for reference, I can see that I like that. And remember, this title was going to go up here. But then, me being me, I just wanted some more. So instead of, let me get that out of the way. Instead of this being a plain cut image, why don't I distress that? So I'll take my distresser tool and just distress up the edges a little bit on both sides. And I'll finish that off camera and I'll come back. Now I think that's looking all right, but excuse me, I want to add a little bit more to the background. So I'm going to move this out of the way again. Bring in my all-purpose mat because I'm going to do some ink splattering. I found this bottle of, actually it's Heidi Swap Color Shine in my stash. I think I've had it for a while. So I'm going to just spritz it on my all-purpose mat right there, and then I'm going to take and spritz that with a little bit of water. And then I'm going to make a puddle. So I get a puddle. It's a very big puddle, I know. But I'm going to pick it up with my paintbrush. My paintbrush was dry before I put it in there, so I'll move this out of the way. And I'm just going to tap it around my page. And pick up a little more maybe. And just add those splatters. So it's splattered, it's stenciled, and I thought, well, maybe one more thing. I don't like just the plain paper, so I kind of like how you mat your photos. I wanted to mat it. It's hard to see on that Versamat, so let me move that out of the way. On the black cardstock, and that just really frames it out quite nicely. And I did go ahead and gut the back out so all that paper isn't wasted. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down, and then I think I'll be ready to start putting the photos and everything down. All right, the next step is to bring in this piece of pattern paper, and I was going to put it right down on top of those trees, like so. And then let's bring in our diamond shape here. And let's get that adhered down with my fancy ATG gun. Oh, and I've brought my Versamat back in because I want each of these points at the 6 inches, at the side and at the top, the bottom, and at the side as well. Okay, I've got this piece of a zip strip from one of the pieces of pattern paper, and I thought I would stick that in here. So I don't need to use the whole thing because it's just a little bit, but I do want to make sure I see a bike somewhere. So I'm going to cut that there, and let's put another one over here on this side. Make sure that goes almost under that diamond shape all the way. Oop, there's a bike. Let me make sure I get that over there. Okay, so I think I've got the background piece the way I want it, and I was just about to adhere my pictures down when I saw this tiny little stitched line. Can you see it? In the card making stamp set. And it's right there. There's a tiny little stitch line, and I thought, wouldn't that be cute if I just did a little stitch right around the top? So let's go ahead and flip the Versamat over so it's on the spongy side. I want to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. And it is such a small, delicate stamp, but it's very easy to see. I just want to make sure I'm not rocking my hand and pressing too hard, and I just goofed up. I'll have to cover that up and just keep going around the page. Okay, I'm going to finish that off. So I've got the stitching around the top edge like that, and I really like how this is all coming together. It's so totally different from what I had originally in my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my pictures back in and put the adhesive on and then get those in the right spot. My pictures, excuse me, my pictures are adhered, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of the stickers that I've got from the sticker sheet. And remember this one, the Like Father, Like Son, that started it all. That was the inspiration for this layout. And I've popped that up on some foam tape, and that's going to go up there. And then I found this tag from the sticker sheet that I think I want to slip in there. And this little one that says awesome. So that's going to go, I think, about like that, so we can still see that star. Then I wanted to bring in some of these really cool acrylic shapes from the Hey Handsome collection. So I've got this star, the open star, I think we'll put right there. And the way I'll put these acrylic shapes on is with a glue dot. And I really like that kind of wonky arrow. And then we've got another one of these little stars here. And then these glasses are absolutely perfect for this layout, because like I said, my boys wear glasses and my son's got his shades on over there, so that'll go there. I've got, from the sticker sheet, also have these word phrases down here, and I really like some of those words. And I had this kind of odd spot over here that I thought I'd try to cover up with those stickers. And really like what they say: friend, strong, and my hero. And one last thing I want to do, there was this little tiny star from the stamp set, so I want to stamp that in the intense black in just a couple of spaces here. And I think I want one up here. And excuse my reach because I am left-handed. And one over here. And I think I want to do one here, and then a second generation going up to the picture. And then maybe one, how about down here by the glasses? All right, and I think that that will about do it. So don't forget, if you like this video, to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. That really helps you to know what you like, and it also helps my little channel grow here. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and be sure to hit the bell notification so that you are notified every time I upload a video, which I do try to do once a week. So for still shots on this layout, I will have those in my on my Facebook and Instagram posts, and everything, as you know, is listed down below in the description box. So be sure to check it out. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.